Salamin tayo, para kunyari nerd tayo. Charot, malabo talaga mata ko.
May comment na naman yan next video.
Pag ito nabulol eh.
Ayoko na. Dali madumi yung glasses.
Sabihin mo nga, tita, ara-ara.
Ayoko. No.
Mala Jojo pala eh, no?
Ara-ara.
Wait nga. Hello everyone! Welcome to the Pinoygamer podcast / news updates. And sa show na to, pag-uusapan natin ang mga gaming updates, controversies, anything gaming related, geek fandom, at mga tech related stuff. So kung gusto nyong pinag-uusapan ng ganitong topic, check our website which is ang pinoygamer.ph. And of course, you can join our discussion sa Pinoygamer Twitch channel and sa aking Perlichel or Shell Valete, wala na, Facebook page kung saan namin ginagawa yung live recording every Friday or Saturday around 8:30 p.m. So, ang mga topics na pag-uusapan natin today ay first, Hypixel Studio nag-announce their ending development of Hytale. Devil May Cry showrunner claims Season 2 will be a very different show. Riot Games open doors to betting sponsors in Tier 1, LoL, and Valorant. Square Enix might push Final Fantasy back to turn-based combat. And of course, pag-uusapan din natin ang guest natin today, which is si Premier Avenue. Ayun. So, kung gusto niyo pong mag-guest tulad ni Premier Avenue, let us know. You can message us and para po ma-arrange namin to. And kung gusto niyo ng shoutouts, yung shoutouts po ay bibigyan namin sa dulo ng video na to. So, ayun. Stay tuned, guys. So, before we start, I would like to introduce my co-host, Sai.
Hi guys, 100% girl dad, 50% stay-at-home husband, 100% geek. Hello.
And I'm Perlichel, ang inyong correspondent dito sa Pinoygamer. Single wedding ngayon, 2025. And let's go, guys. Hello. And next one, ang aming guest, si Premier Avenue.
Hello everyone, I'm Premier Avenue. I'm the new streamer and content creator here over at Pinoygamer PH. I've been gaming since the mid-90s and hello there.
Yun. And lastly, si Zero.
Yes, ako nga pala sa yung OJT for today. So may napansin lang ako, sabi ni Shell, single daw siya, so let's go guys. Yun yung exact words na sinabi niya.
So, let's go guys.
Let's go guys.
Ito naman!
Hindi mo napansin na wala na naman yung ready to mingle. Ganyan din yung nangyari nun bago mag-December eh.
Yeah.
Ano na naman? Gusto niyo ba sabihin ko ready to mingle? Ayoko muna kasi.
Let's go. So, yung Hypixel Studio kasi, nag-announce sila na they're ending development of Hytale. So, mga hindi nakakalam or nakakaalala, yung Hytale trailer nun is parang ano siya eh. Parang Minecraft siya. Basically, meron siyang base building, crafting elements, pero meron siyang parang twist kasi mayroon siyang parang hack and slash RPG adventuring. Also, note na yung Riot Games is in-acquire nila yung Hypixel Studio back in 2020 and they were funding no development. So, you know about this game? Interesado ba kayo before? Unfortunately is in-ending na nila yung development ng Hytale. And ito?
Well, sayang yung development kasi when they acquired it noong 2020, mga 4 or 5 years in development na sila, I guess.
Di ba more than a decade?
More than a decade. I thought they acquired it sa 2020.
So in development na sila and then in-acquire. So basically nag-add siya ng additional. So, conflicting yung nabasa ko eh. It's either 7 years or a decade na yung in development process niya. Pero they have nothing to come out. Parang na-cancel na lang yung game. And then, hindi naman saturated yung market for a Minecraft style of game na merong RPG hack and slash. And then, may backing pa to ng League of Legends or, ng Riot Games. So, meron silang mga additional IP.
They could have added more IP up.
So, ano ba nangyari? Actually, madaming information about sa nangyari. So, meron tayong 2 informations. One in regards sa CEO and one in regards sa internet na parang empleyado nila. So, una, sa CEO. Sabi niya yung CEO na si Aaron Noxy Donaghey, sinight niya yung mga setbacks daw is dahil gusto nilang i-preserve yung original vision ng game, kaya sila nag-close. Ito yung explicitly na sinabi niya. This is not the outcome any of us at Hypixel or at Riot Games wanted. It became clear we couldn't bring Hytale to life in a way that truly delivered on its promise. Over time, as our visions evolved, the genre matured around us. The bar kept rising. So, anong thoughts nyo about dun sa statement niya yan?
Very safe. Very safe yung statement. yung reason niya for the hype also is quite reasonable, pero sayang talaga eh. They could have made more money also with this game, at least opening it slowly and surely,
Like,
and then
may early
expanding
access,
it.
no? Ang naguguluhan ako dito kasi yung sa first statement niya, sinabi niya na gusto nila bumalik sa original division niya. Pero over time daw, parang nag-evolve daw yung genre. Parang, yun nga, the bar kept going higher. So, bakit sila nag-focus dun sa bar na getting higher? Hindi lang sila nag-focus dun sa original idea nila, na yung original vision nila.
Siguro parang dahil sobrang layo nung quality. Parang naanuhan lang siya na sobrang layo na nung quality ng games ngayon. Eh, yung development sobrang tagal. Baka masyado siya na pressure. May potential na ganun yung nakita.
Pero kasi ang parang ang basis mo Minecraft, graphically speaking.
Yeah, I know. Yun na nga eh. Kaya nga po
Nag-change
ang
pa sila
weird.
ng engine dito. If
Yung
I'm
Wow, really?
Pero yun nga, weird nga yun na parang ba't di siya na lang siya nag-stick. Sa tingin ko nga yun lang yun eh. Parang naano niya, baka hindi naman papatok to. Pero madami na siguro siyang negative self-talk na parang kaya naisip niyang gano'n. Pero kung tutusin, kung mag-stick ka dun sa concept, tas may mga fans naman na and may mga gusto talagang matry yung game, why not try it, diba? Parang i-push mo na, nandyan na eh. Tagal niyong ginawa.
Pinakatos ko dito is they just really struggled to deliver. Kasi yun nga, more than, yun nga, ilang years in development and nothing to show for. So, kung ako si Riot Games dito, kahit pinopondohan ka nila, guys, nasa na yung game?
Yeah,
Ilang taon
exactly.
na. Ano to, Star Citizen? May plan yung ano.
Ouch.
So, pero yeah, the plot thickens, sabi ko nga, di ba, may perspective na CEO, then meron tayong perspective no developer nila. Kasi in an article by Inside Gaming, yung former Hytale developer added that the community should feel angry. Magalit daw kayo is dun sa management. Kasi daw, they stole the opportunity for Hytale to flourish. When asked about this, yung sabi niya about in regards sa Riot Games, no? Kasi sino ba sisihin natin basically? Yung Hytale management o yung magpa-fund na yung Riot Games? Ang reply niya in regards dun sa Riot Games, ano naman sila? Hindi daw kasalanan nung League of Legends developer ng Riot Games. Actually, sabi niya, it was a pleasure to work with them. So, ang sabi pa dito, Riot understands that the power empowering and giving folks agency. The former developer also concluded that Hytale's issues were internal to Hytale's leadership. Basically, yung CEO nila, yun yung may kasalanan. Hindi
Yung nagsabi na na
yung magulong
tumas yung
kausap.
bar.
Kaya yun yung negative self-talk niya na parang yung mga nasa thoughts niya na yung naig sa kanya. Parang yun. Pero ang tutusin.
Siya yung may kasalanan. Siya yung
may
Yun.
parang siya yung may problema. Hindi yung mga developers. Parang sila push natin to.
It's not you. It's not me, it's you.
Yun.
And then sinabi din niya nung isa pang article naman kay Niche Gamer naman, Riot couldn't find investors or acquirers who could continue to help carry Hytale forward. So plano na talaga nilang i-let go kasi wala nangyayari.
Ang tagal.
So nagharap na rin sila ng buyer and everything. Para guys, baka gusto nyo mag-invest and everything. So siguro, para sa akin, if Riot Games is mag-showcase sila ng bagong game sa prospective investor, hindi sila mahihirapan kasi nag-experiment sila ng mga parang mini games nila eh. Pero ito, ibig sabihin, ganun kalala in situation to the point na walang investor na gusto pumatol dun sa game na yon. What are your thoughts? Ibato natin sa mga magmanonood ng video na to. Are you sad or are you happy? Let us know in the comments. Basa tayo ng mga comments.
In general.
In general, which one?
Comments. Ano bang comments? Dumating si Premier Support, si Arc of Memory.
Oy,
Oh.
Art, what's up?
Tapos, nag-usap na naman sila ni Kuma tsaka ni...
Okay.
Sa akin
dumating si
sila
dumating si Antagonize. Uy, si Shell
Hi,
returning, sabi niya.
Antagonize. Hello. I mean, nag-comment sa akin na kabatch nyo. Sabi niya, pa-shoutout sa
Sino?
2 kabatch ko dyan. Ayoko sabihin yung pangalan nyo kasi
Sino?
dinox na kayo
Ano
dito.
apelido?
Ong. Andrew.
Oh, okay.
Dinox ko yun si Andrew. Hello po. Hi, Natnat. Hi din kay
Inuna niya yung apelido.
Jael.
Tapos binigay niya yung first name. Ang galing ko rin talaga eh.
Ganun ko kasi ng apelido. Madaming siguro.
Bakit
naman.
binigay mo yung
Dalawa lang eh. Dalawa lang yung pipiliin
Ay, sorry.
namin.
Okay. Pero yun. Hello. Hello sa inyo.
Prim daw,
Kay
prim.
Natnat. Hi, Natnat.
Yes, tago na.
Yes. Sorry po sa kabatch namin na dinox ni Tita siya.
Alam niyo naman kung asan yan. Siya na lang yung gulo.
Uy.
May kinalaman.
Hello, Ann.
Kantihan nyo.
Ay, nako. May nakapanood ba sa inyo ng Devil May Cry animated series sa Netflix?
Yes.
Unfortunately,
First
napanood
3
ko.
episodes.
Ako, napanood
First
ko. Ako
three.
hanggang
Good for
4. Ako hanggang 4 pa lang. 4 episodes.
Tinahapos ko for journalistic reasons.
Ako kasi hindi ko siya pinanood.
Okay.
Sa
Good
mga
for you.
nakapanood
Ganun.
dyan. So, ganun.
Hindi ko na tinuloy. Hindi ko na tinuloy talaga.
Ganun talaga yung
Hindi ko na
feedback. As in,
Yes.
Well, I'm actually surprised with the feedback, to be honest. Kasi it's well received worldwide. If you look at the ratings, look at the reviews. But for the true fans naman, the ones who've played the actual game,
The game, yes.
they are skeptical.
Hate it.
Yeah, they hate it.
wala tayong filter. Okay lang.
Wala lang
Paano
filter.
na?
Podcast.
So,
No filter.
ibig sabihin, hindi kayo excited kung magkakaroon ng season.
Kill it!
I'm surprised
Get help.
the
Alam
renew
niyo,
siya.
Jordan.
Tapos nagulat ka na meron, the green light siya. Actually, ako din.
Actually, napanood niyo yung mga first episode na yan. To be fair, actually,
Yeah.
maganda pa yung mga yun eh. Then after nun, it went downhill from there.
Talaga? Parang sa kanya sa 4,
Oo.
medyo, ay hindi na, hanggang episode 5.
Mas malala pa. Pababa na
5
yun.
pala ako nung 5. Sabi ko dito, I cannot
Yeah, you
cannot
cannot.
take it anymore. Parang ganun.
So,
Hindi ko na,
sa mga tulad ko na hindi pinanood siya. So, spoiler, ang natapos yung first season.
Go ahead. Spoil it.
Na, natapos yung first season na huli si Dante, tapos na place siya in stasis sa Darkcom.
What are we even talking about?
Sabi nga kanina, magulo yung reception ng community kasi may iba gusto, may iba ayaw. Pero yung parang Rotten Tomatoes rating niya is around 66%. So
99% po yung reviews You know those guys.
oh my god.
Western journalist.
Okay.
Ayan na naman tayo.
Yeah.
Pero
Yung audience ba yun?
66%
Rating na yan?
audience.
Yung sinasabi mo yung...
Yung parang pinaghalo na yung yung
okay.
66.
Yeah, yung 66% audience score. Yung 99% mga Western journalist.
Nabalita na renewed na for season 2. And may thoughts si Adi Shankar, which is yung producer at showrunner ng Devil May Cry. Kung naalala nyo, nakita nyo nasa slideshow na yan, naka-costume pa sa ng Dante habang
Sa
hindi ko
wrestling
alam kung
yata yun
bakit.
eh. Nasa wrestling.
siya pala.
I don't know. Pero ang sabi niya, meron daw siya mga thoughts regarding yung upcoming season ng Devil May Cry. Sabi niya, Shankar wrote on X that season 2 will be a very different show.
Then
Sabi
don't
niya,
call it Devil May Cry. This is a different show.
in-emphasize niya dito, Dante levels up. His skills improve and you'll see him embrace more of the iconic badassery fans of the game expect. Anong masasabi niyo dun sa statement na yun?
Which are missing on the first season.
Actually, even before I watched the show may nagbalita sa akin na yung voice actor, si Nero.
Yep.
And I was super confused by that statement. What? How can that be? And when I watched that first episode I was like, okay, this is not the Dante we saw so parang you just don't want to continue it or hesitate to continue.
Tapos nagpe-play pa nga yung team ni Nero nung nag-Devil Trigger si Dante. Ewan kung tama ba yung rinig ko. Pero ang daming mali eh.
daming mali.
Ang concern ko dito kasi, hindi si Dante yung main character nung Devil May Cry. Yun yung naging problema.
Pag tinapos mo siya.
Hindi siya yung main character. Kumbaga si Dante dito is parang extra lang siya. Ang main character dito is si Lady. Yun na lang yun.
Well, based dun sa statement ni Shankar na Dante levels up, his skills improve, and you'll see him embrace more of his iconic badassery that fans of the game expect. So, ibig sabihin, first season pa lang, parang hindi na siya yung ginagawang focus.
Hindi talaga siya yung focus. Yung kamukha na nanay nila, yun yung magiging main character dun sa season 2 ng Devil May Cry. Yun ang mangyayari dito.
Si Trish.
Si Trish yun. Sorry, nakalimutan ko.
Guys, may hope ba? Kung kayo sa mga na-turn off na fans ng Devil May Cry, ito na sinasabi na ni Shankar, ito na talaga si Dante. Ito na yung Dante ng Devil May Cry. Ito talaga yung focus natin for season 2. Will you give it a shot? Will you try?
It's very hard. Ayoko na.
Hindi ko pa tinapos yung season 1.
Depende kung gaano ka kamasokista. If you're like,
Hindi ko na nga kinaya. Hanggang episode 5 sabi ko, hindi ko na kaya to. Tiranay ko lang yung episode 5. Sabi ko, okay, Hindi, it's not
Hindi
for me talaga. Sabi ko
Hindi
nang
na.
I quit. Ayoko to. Hindi
I have to say
talaga
something
Devil
lang.
May Cry.
Sige
Si
lang,
Capcom has a bad track record when it comes to game adaptation. I don't know if you guys agree with me with the Resident Evils and
Yes.
even the Street Fighters to a certain extent. Pero
Hindi kasi nila alam
It's
gagawin
not the
nila sa
best.
Resident Evil.
it's not the best lang.
Tsaka,
Yeah.
yung Resident Evil, di ba? Hindi nila alam kung gagawin nilang action or horror. And then, yung Monster Hunter na movie na ginawa nilang isekai. Si Mila Jovovich.
Hindi ko pa nakita
Yung-
din yun. Hindi ko pa nakita.
Si Mila Jovovich na naman, talagang favorite nila siya, no?
Kasi yung director, asawa niya. Kaya laging siya yung
Kaya pala.
Yan. So mukhang wala na, suko na for Devil May Cry. Pero may additional may side information tayo na not related to Devil May Cry pero related kay Adi Shankar. Nakuha daw niya yung rights ng Duke Nukem. Excited ba?
Something to add dito is hindi natin confirm kung magiging animated series ba yung nakuha niya. Pero based sa track record ni Adi Shankar, may possibility na na magiging animated series siya. Ang
Akala ko
concern
na
ko
magko-costume siya ng Duke Nukem.
magko-costume siya. Ang pinaka-concern ko nandito is feeling ko, high probability na mangyari dito. Yung main character ng Duke Nukem is magiging magiging bitch, basically.
Grabe.
Yun na lang yun.
Grabe talaga. Oh my God.
Kasi ganun nangyari sa Devil May Cry.
Okay.
So,
Oh my God.
Okay.
ang magiging main character dito yung mga strippers na hinahawakan niya, no? Yung Duke Nukem na character.
Yung
Yun ang
pag
mangyayari
umiihi siya, di ba? Meron din na
Meron siyang mga
Grabe.
Yan. And then gagawin nila parang pacemaker, idiot na mumbling idiot, ganun ang gagawin nila dito. Kasi mawawala yung masculinity or anything. Pero at the same time, Duke Nukem is naman siya, parang extreme parody siya ng natin,
Nung manly man.
ng
Action hero.
manly. Yes.
Good luck na lang sa season 2.
Yeah. Diyos ko lang.
Ano sabi
Ano
sa
nangyari?
Komentos. Kalahating episode pa lang, ayoko na nung DMC.
Kalahati.
Grabe naman yun.
Si Antagonize, nag-disclaimer, opinion of Zero does not reflect the standing of Pinoygamer. Okay, tapos nagbalik na ang ating disclaimer. Sabi ni Art of Memory, I haven't watched the new DMC series, but how is it compared to the old anime?
The anime is better, to be honest. Actually, ito ang masabi ko. Alam niyo yung reboot ng Devil May Cry? Mas maganda pa siya dun sa anime.
Oh my, yung emo dati.
Yung emo. Oo.
Yung sa PS3 era? Or
Yung
you talking about
reboot,
anime?
Yung maikli yung
anime.
buhok niya, yung
Yung nasa
binabash
UK
niya
sila.
yung,
Na yun. Mas okay pa yun kaysa dun sa
Kaysa
animated
sa-
series in my perspective.
that.
May nakatawa.
Yes, maganda daw yung luma. Support
Yung
lang si
anime
Dante,
na,
sabi ni
oo.
Tapos
Magpaba.
sabi ni Art. That's almost 2 decades difference. Malayo kasi. Pag ginanyan nila yung Gundam feel ko, mako-confine sila. Si Adi Shankar daw makakuha ng rights ng Gundam.
Oh my God!
Kill me now.
Hindi lang pala confinement yung mangyayari.
Kukuha ako, guys. Alam niyo. Magiging new type ako. Yun na lang.
Grabing burn yun. Emo Dante is better than Netflix dati.
Oh.
Kasi yung at least yung emo Dante, ginaya nila yung V for Vendetta. Ito,
okay.
Itong Devil May Cry Netflix series, hindi ko alam ano yung message nilang gusto madaming problema. So, and then yung politics in your face. Next topic, masaya tong susunod eh. Maraming makaka-relate dito, lalo na if you're an influencer in the Philippines. Yun, in a recent news update by Riot Games, they said that they are opening up betting sponsorship opportunities for Tier 1 LOL and Valorant teams. What are your thoughts? Yes, bring in the money.
Sabi
Kasi
nga ni
yung
Aspon
tier 1
Gold
yung
expected.
esports, no? Esports company. Tama yun.
Ay, hindi. Yung ang tawag
di ba?
kasi dun sa parang level 1, tier 1, parang gano'n. Hindi siya
I see.
yung tier
Okay.
1 na black na company na.
Okay. Just making sure.
Ano yun? Sides?
Sabi nga ni Aspon Gold expected. Took them
Expected.
long.
Kasi sabi din ni Asmon Gold, meron nga sila mga porn na sponsors, di ba? So,
Yep.
it's just a matter of time na mag-open up sila sa
Bet.
sa betting.
Sabi nga niya kung kailangan talaga nila ng pera.
Oo, kung
doon
kailangan
daw
talaga nila.
papasok.
So yeah, bakit ba? Bakit ngayon lang to na or bakit ano ba nangyari? Ba't bigla silang decide gano'n? So sabi ni Riot Games, this is to unlock more predictable revenue streams, and sponsorship opportunities for the teams. So para daw sa mga team. It's not for Riot Games, guys. It's for the teams. Okay? Ang sabi din ni Riot Games dito, teams have been asking Riot to consider for years as esports betting as a sponsor category. So yung mga teams talaga may gusto. Sila yung nagpumilit kay Riot Games. So mukhang kailangan talaga nila ng pera, unfortunately.
Based sa mga nangyayari sa mga esports team talaga, hindi profitable eh.
Hindi lang naman esports team yung mga parang influencer, personality. Again, if you really need it, I have nothing against it. Sino, di ba, nag-sponsor sila ng mga gambling related, lalo sa Pilipinas. Dami niyan na ang babata ng mga viewers nila, etc. Is it really the teams ba? According again to Riot Games, historically daw, yun nga, yung mga sponsorship about gambling is a restricted category. Parang ayaw nila i-engage yung mga company na to. Pero yung pinilit nga daw talaga ng mga teams to reconsider yung stance na yun. Lakibigayan?
Lakibigayan.
Kailangan. Lakibigayan. Paano yung paano yung ethical stance?
Yun nga.
Like, ano bang purpose ng sponsorship? To advertise, right? Kanino ma-advertise? Yung average na nanonood ng mga games na to. League of Legends.
Bata.
Yeah. So basically, directly promoting yung mga talagang betting na to. Pero then again, merong porn, what more na betting. Yeah. So wala na, labas na talaga yung morals dito. So it's all about the money in my perspective. I think yun yung main reason nito. And then hopefully din ang nakikita naman positive side dito is survivability ng mga esports teams kasi maraming esports teams sa US ang nagsasara. So ito na lang talaga yung source of avenue nila kasi hindi kayang sponsoran lahat ni Red Bull, ni Coke, ni Pepsi or mga
ni Moist Critical.
Or nung mga yung G Fuel, yung mga teams for dito. Kasi una, palaki yung cost ng bag ng mga teams basically, lalo sa US. So,
they parang really nag-move away na rin from sponsorship yung mga ganong companies kasi nakikita nila wala talagang masyadong balik.
Wala masyado. Mahirap yung bahalikan dito. Hindi lang natin alam paano yung contract nila. Commission-based ba siya? May referral ba? Or something? Paano ba yung mangyayari dito? Pero, sadly, it has come to that. Ang take ko nga dito is feeling ko din is for the money. Kasi according to Sports Radar, the total betting turnover globally, just for League of Legends Esports VCT, has reached around 10.7 billion noong 2024. So they want to tap that. Ganun kalaki yung perang nagsisirculate in regards sa betting. So, yung ibig sabihin kasi nito, yung mga matches ng mga League of Legends at Valorant, pinagpupustahan nila. So yung na-circulate ng total is 10.7 billion. Ang sinasite din nilang problema, bakit parang nag-accept na sila dun sa parang betting, is parang, kasi, 70% daw ng mga bets across all sports are placed yung parang unregulated markets. So, i-regulate natin sa atin. Hinagin natin sa sponsor. Yung nila. Kasi daw hindi daw sila license. Yung stake ba yun or something? Yep.
Basta may ginawa rin ng NBA na parang mas ginawa nilang legal yung betting. Dati kasi
noon kasi, parang yung betting is, hindi sila na yung nagpo-promote. Parang, ginagamit kami para i-promote ng mga games. Ngayon, integrate na natin. Sama na natin sila. We promote one another basically dito. Pero ayun nga, regardless if unregulated or regulated, gambling is gambling. Yun na lang yun.
Delikado rin yun kasi like, let's say an esports team could be paid to lose because of the high bets or odds against
fixing.
Them. So,
totoo. Match fixing. Yes. Yun nga sasabihin ko sana.
I think may case yan a few months ago na Asia pa yung match fixing na nangyari dito.
Oo, diba? Meron tayong mga napag-uusapan ng previous podcast na parang naging issue yung mga my God.
They're opening up to money opportunities. They're also opening up to more bad actors basically dito. Pero that's our current market. Let's see kung ano mangyari. Ganun galawan. Mataas ang bigayan, guys. Pero again, pabato natin sa mga viewers, what are your thoughts? Basta sa mga comment.
May nag-comment pala sa Rivers, si Marian. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Sa inyo, first ako, ang cute ni ate kahit tita na siya, si Shell.
Ang sama. Grabe yun.
Kuya. Yung naka-white na bike. Ta-cute. Ubusin ko na load ko, panoorin ko kayo hanggang matapos kayo. Thank you.
Salamat.
Thank you po. Pero grabe.
Yes, cute daw si tita. Pero
bakit tita ate lang?
Cute ng tita mo.
Cute ng tita mo. Ano pa ba? Gagaya daw sila sa CS, merong mga betting sponsor. Malaki bayad si Big Soto nga nagpro-promote ng sugal malaki bigat. Kanike. Pro ano ba yan? Sure ba itong mga pics? Sabi mo, para sa akin, nakakasira ng esports ang betting site.
Ang dami kayang ang dami kong kilala na kasi sa Mobile Legends meron na din ng ganyan. Lalo na yung mga yung mga dating pro players, ganun. Pinopromote nila yung betting kasi yun. Malaking bigayan talaga.
Ay, ganun talaga.
Ganun
Nakasira
talaga.
daw ng integrity yung
Nakakalungkot
betting.
lang.
Sabi ni Kanike. Tapos sabi ni Kanike, agree sa tita pero sa cute duda. Tapos,
Hindi na kinaya.
Hindi na? Okay na.
Okay na.
Ayoko na, okay na ako.
Okay.
Pero yun, nakakaano lang, no? Puro sugal na. May mga kilala kami, talaga totoo pala yung, kunyari dati silang may sasakyan. Ang dami pala talagang ganun. Tapos ngayon, naglalakad na lang, nakabenta na yung mga ari-arian nila.
Ari-ari nila.
Ari-arian. Yung mga, nila. Ari-arian!
Arirang?
Yung ari daw na benta.
Ano?
Binenta na nila yung mga car, ganun, mga motor. Actually, meron pang isa recently, parang hiniwalayan na ng asawa dahil nga nalulong sa mga ganyan, sa sugal, sa mga
tama na, huwag ka na mag-open up. Madodoks ka.
Okay na. Mamaya na.
Mamaya yung topic. Yung tayo. Yung personal life mo, huwag mong i-share.
Tama. Hindi ako yan.
Sabi niya, hindi ako susuporta sa sugal, pustahan pa tayo. Galing mo talaga nag-organize kahit kailan. Tapos nag-comment din si Marion, sabi niya, pirata ako, naka-JB Nintendo. Sana pwede ako dito.
It is what it is. Kaya nila. Okay, next topic.
Marami nung nakapaglaro ng Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Kumusta?
Game of the year.
Is it is turn-based RPGs back?
Yes. Actually, di ba naglaro ako ng Expedition 33, tapos ngayon nag-move ako sa Stellar Blade. Alam mo ba nilalaro kay Stellar Blade? Nakatayo lang ako, hinihintay ko matak yung para ipari ko. Nilalaro ko yung Stellar Blade ng parang Expedition 33. Oo. Hindi ako gumagalaw.
Ayos yan, ayos. So, kasi yan, no? Parang since with the success of yung turn-based JRPG style ng Expedition 33, maraming mga naglalabasan ngayon ng mga news articles stating na si Square Enix could consider going back. Based dun sa mga articles na sinabi, kasi successful si Expedition 33. So, ang sinasite ng mga articles ito is mga comments ng mga comments na nakuha nila from a recent shareholder meeting ng Square Enix. So,
ano sabi nila?
Are we going back to the JRPG turn-based way for Square Enix?
Squaresoft,
Squaresoft. Babalik na ba Squaresoft? I want Squaresoft back. Kasi yung mga headlines na yon para mabigyan natin ng parang overview yung mga tao kung saan nanggagaling yung parang idea na yun na babalik sila sa turn-based. Sabi dito, success of Claire Obscure Expedition 33 might push Final Fantasy back to turn-based combat. Vice. Isang article.
So, yung mga pang-droga, di ba? Yung Vice channel.
Yung Vice channel. Square Enix, aware of Claire Obscure success, ponders turn-based RPG revival. Push Square.
Ito medyo, Sony na to, na shield, allegedly.
Yun. Tapos meron pang isa, si Square Enix calls Claire Obscure Expedition 33 success an inspiration for the next Final Fantasy. Uy, medyo parang mas concrete yung na yan, yung statement na yan. Galing yan sa MSN News. Tapos marami pang iba.
Yeah, si Twigtown, si Windows Central, etc. is nagsabi din sila ng mga yan. Pero you get the message, di ba? Parang, is it a return to form?
Tayo sa return to form. Ayoko na rin yung return to form na yan eh. Pero kayo ba, kung gusto nyong kasi aminin natin, yung mga Final Fantasy games ngayon is leaning towards more of an action RPG style na siya, hindi na siya talaga turn-based eh. Gusto nyo bang bumalik sa pagiging JRPG turn-based style si Square with their Final Fantasy and other mga RPGs?
I can go last. I have a lot.
Bakit? Ikaw naglalaro ng Final Fantasy. Go ahead.
Okay, So first of all, no, I actually did research on this because I'm in that type of community. I am a big Final Fantasy fan. 7 is my favorite, so it's great that you have Cloud and Tifa. Well, Tifa pumping pressure in the screen, no? Pero, you know,
increase pressure, diba?
increase pressure, exactly. Pero, so I did my research, no? And there's a bit of misalignment lang na rin, no, with the leaks and what they've disclosed. So I'll just read a short statement. However, what the media has twisted is that the statement does not necessarily mean they will be making the next mainline FF back to turn-based system, but they do have plans for other IPs. And Square did say that they have 3 well, they didn't say if it's IPs, but for the next 3 years, they have something special, you know, for their fans. The way I see it, as much as I love turn-based, because I did grow up with turn-based, I kind of want them to innovate and keep trying something else. I love Clair Obscure. It's my game of the year, 100%. But the thing with Final Fantasy, they were the inspiration for all of these games that came after, and even the Chrono Triggers, and even the other IPs. With FF, I think they should still innovate more and not put too much pressure on themselves to go back to turn-based. Because also, well, one bad thing is if they do go back to turn-based and it's not as good as Claire, then they'll also get bad reputation from it. Because wow, you know, you guys were the OGs of this combat. No? I believe, and this is no bias because FF7 is my favorite. I think they should play around with the action turn-based. Because I had fun there. You can parry and dodge similar to Clair Obscure, but it's just more movement around the area. And then you do use different types of characters. You have every character that's unique. The other Final Fantasies, like 16, even 15 to a certain extent, you're just using one character. So that's where they were really doing the experiment. But when it came to Remake and Rebirth, if you guys have played it, obviously they wanted to keep that turn-based DNA within the game, and it is a turn-based, but it's more action oriented. You do take not take turns, but you do give turns to other characters to do your attack, and then if you do get better
slow
with
motion
the combat,
siya, right? Before attack.
Exact slow motion. But also you can do the shortcuts if you're not a fan of the slow motion, because especially with this generation of new players, they didn't grow up with the turn-based, so not all of them will like it.
True.
They did like Claire because Claire also had other aspects of good story, good music, good concepts. But if you're going to the Final Fantasy, if they have something good already, like a combat, then you can build around that and then just, you know, continue it with other IPs or other Final Fantasies to be specific.
I think one thing na yung mga news outlets are forgetting to mention din kasi is nakakalimutan nila sabihin na Clair Obscure Expedition 33 is evolution siya ng turn-based RPG. Hindi siya yung previous na turn-based RPG na kinalakihan natin.
Based din dun sa additional lang dun sa sinabi ni Premier Avenue dun sa miscommunication or mistranslation, sabihin na mistranslation nung information na binigay ng mga kasi aminin natin clickbaity yung mga ganung title pagka syempre mataas ang parang hatak ni Clair Obscure ngayon, tapos syempre Square Enix
tapos Final Fantasy pa sasabihin mo
so
pa.
kaya ganyan yung ginawa nila mga pero based dun sa information kasi na binigay, yun nga. Ang kasi dito is, meron kasing naglabas ng post by a Japanese journalist na nag-attend ng Square Enix 45th Annual Shareholders na ginawa nung June 25. Yung meeting lang na to, ang nangyari lang kasi, they voiced a request that Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy titles be released more regularly. Ideally, parang ang target nila is maging alternating releases sila every year. Parang mag-Dragon Quest ka, tapos the next year si Final Fantasy or something. Parang ganun yung gusto nila mangyari. Yun lang yung information. Tapos, part ng feedback na yun, yung reporter daw also expressed yung hope na yung future Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest entries would return to turn-based combat. Parang ang sabi lang dito is citing both the direction shift seen in Final Fantasy 16 and the success of Sandfall Interactive Scarab Tour 2033. So yun yung mistranslation doon. More on parang idea lang, parang suggestion lang na binigay na doon sa shareholder meeting. Yun lang talaga yung nangyari. Nag-suggest lang sila. Tapos
and then Japanese
people ran with it. Yeah, let's go. Print it. Yun na nangyari.
Tipong pag Japanese na parang lang sila, parang in-acknowledge lang din yata na hindi siya fully na sinabi, yes, we'll do it. Parang
great question. I'll get back to you. Parang ganun. Parang ganun yung ginawa sa kanya. So, yun yung parang
source pala nito, just to add is automation. You can read yung article doon.
May response naman talaga si Square Enix regarding dun sa feedback na binigay na to return to turn-based, pero acknowledgement lang. Ang sabi lang niya dito na parang after this period, Square Enix does intend to ramp up its output again, including mid-size titles. As
yun
for turn-based,
para saan yun ang good news?
daming mas madami siyang mid-size titles ang gusto ko dyan. Yung may pag-asa ba si Chrono Trigger?
Remake.
Feel ko may pag-asa yan. Feel ko.
Yun na lang yung yun din ako nakaabang. Tapos sabi niya, as for turn-based RPGs, ang comment nila dito is that they recognize na sila yung originator, that the genre is parang yung genre na turn-based represents Square Enix origins. So origins yung pinag-uusapan. And that they are committed to continuing to deliver games in that category. So pwedeng parang hindi naman Final Fantasy, pero maglalabas pa rin sila ng mga JRPG turn-based games. Parang ganun yung nababasa ko sa kanila. Parang sabi na nila regarding Expedition 33, yun daw mga executives ng Square Enix simply state na we're aware of it. So
we're playing it.
Yeah, we're playing it. Yeah. So yun, again, acknowledgement lang siya ng feedback na binigay ng reporter na gusto niya mas maging turn-based uli yung mga games sila, and then non-committal. No commitments, pero we know your feedback and we're writing it down. Tingnan natin kung magagawa natin ng paraan.
Parang situationship, walang commitment.
May hugot na naman.
Hindi na, wala. Pero
may hugot na naman.
Tama, maganda yung kanina, yung feedback ni Premier Avenues. Tapos yun nga, anong tawag dito? Kahit naman sila, aware sila na mag-ano na lang sila ng ibang game instead na anuin pa nga yung Final Fantasy kasi inaano nga nila ini-enhance pa nila lalo. Pero ang sa akin, sa mga article na lumabas na yan, ang maganda, ang positive for me is at least malalaman nila yung mga feedback about sa mga tao din yan. Kung marami din ba talagang gusto na ibalik ba sa dati or mag-stick na lang sa and enhance na lang yung mga Final Fantasy game. Parang yun. So, maganda na may mga lumabas na ganyan na article kasi yun nga, malalaman nila yung pulso talaga ng mga gamers and yung mga
may hirap kasi sila ang Japanese market sa Western.
Yeah, true.
Unless DEI sila.
May hirapan kasi yung may hirapan na kasing parang rollback ang Square Enix kasi may alienate na yung mga fans na lumaki dun sa ganong style ng yung mga bagong fans ng Final
Fantasy. Agree.
Kaya nga, I agree nga dun sa ni Premier Avenue na. Mas maganda kung gumawa na lang sila ng bago.
Hindi lang sa fans perspective to yung mga games na ginagawa ng Square Enix ngayon, like let's say part-time ng Final Fantasy, ginagawa na nila right now, na pre-production na siya.
Wala
so hindi mo basta ma-turn around yung ship.
No chance na yun.
Totoo.
Pero again, maganda yung sinabi nila na more frequent release ng mga games.
Mid-size titles.
Mid-size
so
titles.
hindi lang Final Fantasy. So may mga ibang titles pa sila. Hopefully, again,
mag-explore sila ng bagong IP na or something.
Yun nga.
Kasi ang daming kung sino parang Chrono Trigger, Star Ocean ba yun? O Star something na game. Dami. Yeah. Or hindi lang Final Fantasy. Dami pa.
Yeah, actually.
Stay away from NFT. Stay away from DEI. I think we're good.
NFT. Sumubok nga pala sila ng NFT no.
Square, we believe in you.
Tangan loob, please. Okay, sige. Tingin tayo muna sa...
May Riverside chat din.
Oo nga.
Pwede click.
Ba't na-end yung live?
Sige.
Ban ka na.
Ito, sige. Si Ate Shell, siya yung tipo na pwedeng nang jowain pero bawal magka-jowa. Nararamdaman ko dyan magjojowa. Gusto ko hirit ni Mario na. Stellar Blade, gusto ko yan malaro kaso wala ako PC at PS5 kaya nakikinood lang ako. Bawal na ako sa turn-based lalo't matanda na ako, nakakatanglay na turn-based games. Oh, okay. Baliktad din. Habang tumatanda ako, mas gusto ko na turn-based kasi wala na ako reflex eh.
Kasi bumabalik nga ako sa mga mga 4X titles eh. Building, mga ganun.
Ano po yung name nung naka-white na mic? Parang ang bait niya sa tunay na buhay. parang narinig ko yung manok ni Tita Ate Shell. Baka may manok sila sa kapitbahay daw niya. Kapitbahay. Tapos,
pero may mga pits siya na nakatabi.
Dami pa nag-comment tungkol sa Final Fantasy. Sayang daw yung Final Fantasy Tactics kasi hindi War of Lions ang kasama. Si Antagonize, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Di na dapat sila nagpalit in the first place. Merong merong purist. Na purist na turn-based tong si Antagonize.
Baka maging purist ka.
Sabi ba? FF6 best FF game. I agree story-wise, yes. If ever suddenly.
Sorry.
si Terra yun yung 6. 6 din fave ko tsaka 2. Sana meron din na remake. Meron yan kung naka-base siya sa PS1. Yun, may point si Prem, sabi ni Antagonize. Wag lang mag-exclusive ulit ang next Final Fantasy mainline. Yes, I agree.
Ayun na yan. Hindi naman na siguro.
Actually,
sa tingin ko hindi na sila.
I just want to say with that exclusive part. Actually, I don't know about 16, pero I know about 7. In order for 7 to happen, Sony approached Square that they'll fund them to make 7 happen. So, without Sony, ganun talaga. It'll never happen.
Yung reason
yun lang.
Nintendo is making their own parang console nun. So kailangan nila ng panglaban.
Yes, they needed more PS4 sales.
Exclusives.
Yes.
Then sakto si Sony is developing yung CD na technology that time. So yung
back the 95. Back to 95. Yeah. Pero wala, peace na sila. May FF7 na sa Nintendo. May remake na.
How many frame rates kaya yun? Yung remake.
Yan tayo dyan eh.
Lock 30, 560. Upscale.
Avian X, Legend of Dragoon daw.
Legend of Dragoon. Yung original na Expedition 33. Andun yung shooting. Alright, punta natin yung guest. Tirahin mo na siya.
So, ito na nga. So, ito na nga, pag-uusapan na po natin ng guest natin, which is si Premier Avenue. So, can you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Premier Avenue. I'm a content creator on Twitch and YouTube. I stream on Twitch most of my live content. And then all of my playthroughs when it comes to video games, they all go through YouTube. If you check my YouTube, it's an archive of videos. I also do tech reviews, movie reviews, and I recently got into the indie development of the Philippines so that I can also get into trying out our local games because we have to support local. But yes, you can find me on all those platforms.
So, you mentioned gaming since the mid-90s. So, paano ka nag-start?
So, I think when the PS1 came out, my older siblings, they're about probably 12-year gap ahead of me, no? And syempre, they grew up with the Nintendo era and they just so happened to buy a PS1 one day. So I just watched them play and then I got curious and I also played these PS1
hindi naman
games.
Binigay lang yung controller sa'yo na hindi nakakonect.
I think at some extent, at some point they've done that. No? Pero, but I have done that also myself to my nephew.
Galing mo. Go. Very good.
But yeah, so I grew up with the Crash Bandicoots, the Marvel superheroes fighting game, Spyro, and I think my favorite game of all time is still Final Fantasy VII. Actually, I did not play that game at the start. I just watched my brother play it. But then just watching him play it, it's just like, just like how we do it on stream, no? We watch streamers play games. But back in the day, we were just backseaters and just just watching someone play the game in front of the TV. No? And yeah,
Favorite or
I just
Tifa?
Yan.
Tifa.
Tifa. The bigger, the better. I mean, yeah.
Aha.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
the bigger the plot. Okay?
Okay.
The bigger the
Okay.
character development.
Thank
Yes.
you for clarifying.
She saves Cloud. Ganun.
Yeah.
So yeah, FF7 was my favorite game. I didn't play it at first, and I just watched my brother play it. And then he got stuck; he couldn't finish it, so I decided to pick it up. And then from there, my gaming journey from PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, and now the PS5. I just recently started playing PC games as well because back then, growing up, I never had a PC. Only during the pandemic was my first PC, to be specific. Actually, I got the PC just to do this content creation thing because I got inspired nung pandemic. Everyone was at home, no? And that's when I found streaming. That's when I discovered, wow, people earn money from this, or people enjoy doing this. So my take on it was, if we're stuck at home, might as well try to venture into something new. And I used to be a photographer. Well, I still do it as a hobby, photographer and videography. So the transition from that to streaming was seamless naman. And as you can see naman, I do these setups, my lighting, my camera.
Please advise Pearly Shell later dun sa mga setup.
Just message me. I can give you advice naman on it. Yung mga lights na to, ano lang to, mga Shopee. It's just cheap lights. And
Okay, kailangan ba may manok kasi or mga pets? Kasi ganun yung setup eh. Minsan may mga tumitilaw.
Kumakahoy.
actually, back in the day, when I was streaming earlier, early on, I used to have a dog all the time on my stream. Pero he did pass away 2 years ago. So, those were the good days. And I mean, he wasn't really noisy.
Sa chocolate.
Hindi naman.
Grabe.
Just clarifying.
16 years siya. 16 years age. So he really died. So yeah. But yeah, my point of this whole content creation thing. I treat my YouTube as an archive for myself, not just to show everyone that I have content on, but I sometimes look back at it, and not in a vain way, of course, but like just to see how I enjoyed that video game in the past. Because like going back, I wish I could look up my experiences when I first played GTA when I was grade 4. That was kind of weird, right? So these things, like I want to archive it and take a look back, and also maybe share my experiences with other people in the community, whether it's Twitch Philippines, or XLNZ. I don't know if you guys know them, but yeah, these other Filipino communities, and also maybe international in the future. But yeah, that's...
Ano yung video na na-upload na pinaka-pinapanood mo? Right? Na pinaka-proud ka or something?
Pinaka-proud? Well, pinaka-proud, but I don't watch it. Yeah. I don't watch it for one reason.
Bakit? Ano nangyari?
Umiyak ako sa video. It wasn't a game. It was a live reaction of...
Sino nagpayak sa'yo? Okay, live reaction.
It was a live reaction of yun. So I said Final Fantasy VII is my favorite. It was the live reaction of the new soundtrack of the main theme of Rebirth, the last game. And I was just, listening to it. I've never heard that song before. And then just watching the B-roll of the cutscenes and the music playing, medyo natamaan ako dun. Like, shit, wow, why am I suddenly crying? And then it's the most...
pinakita?
Nice.
It's the most viewed.
Ferris wheel?
A lot. The last shot was the Aerith, but they cut it.
Akala ko yung sa Ferris wheel scene na Tifa and Cloud. Yun. Kinilig ako nun eh. Tapos
out of nowhere.
Na-shock din ako nung pababa sila dun sa yung nakabikini sila.
Yun niya, ako na ba yung sasabihin niya. Alam ko nang yun yung sasabihin niya. Na-sense ko.
Aside from Final Fantasy, may baka mga nilaro na
yeah, I do actually have a top 10. So, Metal Gear is my second
lang
favorite.
natin, i-top 3 lang natin. Baka kasi
yes.
tayo bukas.
Metal Gear, I think, is one of the early on, no, Metal Gear Solid 1 to be specific. It's the PS1 game that had voice acting and it felt like a movie.
Si
So
Snake.
Kojima back in the day.
Anong thoughts mo kay Kojima?
Kojima. Ooh, that's actually a good one. I think he deserves all of the fatherhood of being the best. Oh, not the best. The fatherhood of as a developer. But sometimes, okay, this is very controversial.
Go.
He might be a bit overrated. Oh no. yun lang. But I respect everything about him. I'm a big fan of him, but there's sometimes na like, okay, I get him.
Minsan.
I get him.
Top 3.
RE4 to be specific. The OG.
Ano na yung RE4?
Leon.
Asan na tayo?
Leon in the same getting the President's Door.
Yung original o yung remake?
Original.
Yun.
I mean the remake naman kasi is like almost a 1-to-1. So I mean at the
nag-iba yung
time,
character niya Ashley ba yun? Di ba? Nag-iba yung personality niya dun sa remake.
yeah, they
Kasi
kind of
dun
fixed
sa
it up.
original, medyo ano siya eh. Alam mo
Ashley.
na, yung ending. Alam nyo na yung dun sa ski scene, basically. And then, I'm not sure if you're aware, di ba? Dapat pala, I mean, plano nila dun sa RE9, si Leon, yung parang ano sana, magiging main protagonist. Pero na-realize nila na he's too cool to become yung ano, para maging parang dun sa horror scene.
You're talking about 9 or Requiem?
Oo, di ba? Yung sa 9.
Yeah, they did mention that they wanted to visit Leon as the main character, but how can you put him in a setting of horror? Kasi professional siya eh. So like, how will he get scared on something na,
Masyado siyang cool. Watch Mojo tayo eh.
Kasi
So number 1, Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy number 1.
Okay. Interesting. Have you played Nier Automata?
Ooh. Sadly, no.
Nambubudol
I
talaga.
need to.
Nambubudol talaga tong si Zero ng ano, yung mga
I'm just,
Automata.
since nagustuhan mo Final Fantasy 7,
And si Tito Jordy.
at saka Metal Gear, gusto mo ng mga philosophical, may mga matitinding twist. Yun lang yun. Tsaka maganda music. Di ba?
Iba-iba ang ending. Depende sa...
So not, you have to play Automata, not Replicant?
Hindi mo kailangan rin yung replica. You can play straight yung Automata. Pero
yun yung mga Near 2B
yung mga
emotes.
Emoji, labasan sila. Labasan
mga
sila.
kaniki.
Ayan, no?
Ayun. So, pala, tell us about your venture sa, game development. Hindi mo pa na...
So, game development. Similar to Zero when I was listening to your podcast last week. I do want to somewhat play these games and also talk about them online. Because the last thing that these developers have is awareness. No? I mean, they can spend as much as a budget for marketing, but we can help them out, spread awareness for their games, especially to the Filipino community who are still getting into these Western games or even the Japanese games. They don't know anything about their local developers. And then in the past or like recently, we had really good games from Until Then, even these
Ranida games, right?
Ranida games, yeah. And then we also have these horror games on Steam that
yung Jollibee na horror.
yeah, that people only find out if someone plays it. But
Exactly.
I think with more people who like us, with more people who can let that
Promote.
word out and present these developers, I think that'll be a good thing for our community, for our Filipino community. That's why I'm also going to PGDX. I want to experience those games and then maybe find a way to make content out of it and show it in my channel. Then people can just watch it from there.
Oh, that's nice. Kasi what we did sa PGDX, we just asked the developer, explain your game, and then we have footage ng game nila, and then we showcased it. Ganun lang.
Oh, they
Kasi
gave it?
yung,
Oh, that's good. They gave the footage.
Pero hindi ka nag-game development, so more on interested ka sa game development. Parang
Yeah. I wish I could get into game development slowly, but
I mean,
you know.
Never too late ka nga nila. As
Yeah.
long as you have the budget or wala kang pinapakain na
Yun lang.
yun yung mga hindrance mga obstacles na kailangan i-cover.
Pinapakain.
Mahirap kasi you need investors na rin, no? I mean, it's not just easy as making a game. You need people to help.
Sacrifice yan
Or make a team. Yes,
Most-
sacrifice. Yeah.
You need to
Majority
create a
ng mga
team.
game developers na nakausap ko rin sa Pilipinas, it's a hobby. Hindi sila hindi sila back ng publisher or anything. Anong
Pero yung
passion
clear
project
obscure,
nila?
tignan nyo naman yung nangyari. So, kung talagang gusto
Okay,
nyo
ibang
naman.
The thing
story.
with Claire,
Iba ang story ng
Ay, alam ko, pero-
I mean,
Oo,
the thing
medyo
with
iba. Pero,
Claire, they're former AAA developers.
Oo.
So,
pero
may
pwede
experience
naman.
na sila. It's
And may
like,
venture capital backing ng players.
Oo.
Yeah.
Yun
Nakahanap
nga.
sila ng-
Pero
And-
pwede siya, di ba? Naparaanan kung gusto talaga.
pwede naman. Even Kojima said, to a certain extent, that's the perfect size of a team to make a good
Yeah.
game like that.
Kasi
Yep.
alam
So-
sila, di ba? Hindi na kailangan super laki. Yun lang siguro yung ano ko doon. Kumbaga, possible siya kung talagang gusto. Tapos yun nga, you need help. Saan naman
You go. Sorry.
Go ahead.
So the one thing that I liked about Claire Obscure, just to share, the reason why that game is so good, and the way I see it, is they had no issues with approval. So considering a small team, you don't have to find
Walang
approval with
bureaucracy.
higher
Walang
ups,
upper
higher
management
ups,
na
or
mga
yes.
True.
So if you want to change something in this art form, you're like, oh yeah, you want to change it? Okay, tomorrow it's done. So mabilis yung turn.
Agile yung team yun.
And
yun nga.
it's
Kaya
it's
yun.
it was made by a passion. It's someone's dream game, or it's a number of people's dream game, and you can tell that by playing that game, they really put a lot of love to it.
Yun nga. Kaya yun yung sinite kong example. Although hindi siya, yun nga, galing sila sa previous one. Pero yun na nga, yung mga indie, kaya din naman nila, may possibility na maging ganun. Basta kailangan lang din talaga nila ng tulong.
Like
Bakit?
FNAF. Yung FNAF, di ba?
Diba?
Ngayon, is franchise na siya. May movies na siya and everything. Si Mojang, for sure. Hindi naman ganun kalaki
yes,
before
Mojang.
binili Microsoft.
Yes.
Yeah. So, it's,
Yun.
yung hindi mo na makakala ng high graphics, basta nandun yung core gameplay o yung, meron pa rin yung drag game. Kalimutan ko yun.
Drag?
Yung ano, yung green stream bago lang yun bago lang yung ano na yun.
So, what are your hobbies outside gaming? Nabanggit mo din kanina yung photography. May iba pa ba?
Well, I used to box a lot. No? Well, obviously, Manny Pacquiao, everyone's favorite, all Filipino, syempre. So, growing up, that was my sport, boxing. And occasionally, gym, physical fitness. But nowadays, kasi busy with work, all this content creation, so parang wala nang time na rin. And I hope I get back to more photography, videography soon. But I'm trying to mix it with my content creation. So yung mga product photography or any other videos that I can promote that, like this microphone. It looks like a Shure microphone, right? But it's just for fine. And
Refer
the
a link
quality is
on
really
the
good.
description.
So stuff like that. But yeah, that's basically my hobbies.
Balik tayo sa boxing. Bakit ka nag-boxing? Na-inspire ka kay Manny Pacquiao?
Manny Pacquiao.
May
Yeah, well, I
nag-bad trip
guess
sa'yo? Stress?
Yeah.
Anong reason?
Stress.
Sino? Ngayon na lang.
Sino. Well, basically when I was growing up, my sister was the one boxing, and I was like, oh.
Akala ko bad trip ka sa kapatid.
Hindi. So nag-boxing siya, and then like, oh, okay, that's very different sport. And
Premiere, sparring tayo.
I was just curious about it, and then I got into it, continued it naman. I just like it. Like the cardio, the rush and adrenaline during meets, or whether you're sparring, no. It's something I miss right now also.
Na-miss mo manuntok.
You do need to release. You do need to.
Tama.
Yun ang mga dahil tayo ng content dun sa yung photography and then dun sa videography mo.
Sure.
Ano yun? May sinushoot ka mga model or mga product or gumagawa ka ng mga commercials?
So similar to how I got into mga streaming and content creation. I was when I started working, I just wanted to travel. And kasi syempre may pera na, diba? So and with that, I was like, oh, how can I document my travels? How can I, do this, do that? Then I slowly started learning. Obviously, you start with the iPhone and or any other phone. You just start from there, and then slowly I bought my first camera. Maybe after 2-3 years of learning this and that from photography on a phone and videography as well. And when I bought that camera, I had some inspirations like Peter McKinnon.
Yung mga coffee maker, mga scenes niya.
Yes. All of those niche kind of cool
B-roll, lupit mga B-rolls.
Exactly. So I learned everything from him actually, and also Mati Hapoya, who his wife is actually Filipino. So those two are partners, and from there I got a Canon because of Peter McKinnon na rin. And
kala ko Casey Neistat kasi Canon na siya.
Casey, right? The thing I want to try a Casey Neistat is just IRL content is something I can't do. It's too hard. It's another beast. It's like compared to a controlled environment, no? Like you have
get advice from Vitali or
Grabe! Vitali.
Experts sila sa field.
May bagong may bagong law na daw. So if you're doing IRL streams, you have to blur the people around you who
even
don't
in
have
public
consent.
space, in a public
my
event.
God!
Ano yan from NPC.
Social, watch out.
Yung ano.
When you're doing IRL stream or pati photography involved.
I don't know about photography. I think that's really hard, but
Yeah, yun nga yun.
Ang hirap nun.
Naku, si Shell mahilig pa man din nagpo-post yan pagka
Kaya nga.
mga taong kasama. Patay ka, Shell!
Uy, grabe kayo.
Ma-research nga ito, tignan natin yung mga penalty.
Meron.
Kaya
topic natin.
Tsaka,
ilagay natin sana.
hindi pa naman siya like napapatupad. Napatupad na ba? Like, ano pa lang. Siguro in discussion pa lang sila about. Kasi ang hirap.
Pero pansin ko sa'yo, Premiere, mahilig ka sa mga archiving yourself.
Yeah.
In a video format.
Video format. I do, because if you check my thumbnails on YouTube, I really take care of that. I treat it like an Instagram grid, basically, because that's where I also started, no? So parang yung thumbnails ko, I try to treat it like movie posters. That's how I would describe it. So yeah, so not just because it's clickbait, but it's just to have it for my archive also.
Aesthetic. Gusto niya ng aesthetic. Gano'n.
Parang when you like open a Netflix app or a Disney app, and you can see all those posters of movies. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
So when you open my YouTube, ganun yun the thing. But yeah, just going back to photography, I was just doing it as a hobby. I wasn't looking for money. Like, even if people would ask me to shoot for them, I said, just cover the expense to go there or feed me, this and that. Kasi, syempre, you won't learn by charging people right away. I can't take that on them, no? So, once I feel like it's right not to charge them, then I'll see when I get there. Pero yun, so I was doing these things, and I think 2019 was my biggest year in terms of photography and videography. I got into this gig with Hope in a Bottle. I don't know if you guys know that. Yung when you see parang pang Tetra Pak na tubig sometimes. I think from Starbucks.
Sa 7-Eleven. Tsaka sa Starbucks meron nga nun.
So yun, that's a non-profit organization or non-profit company. So they had this
non-profit din ba sa side mo?
Exactly, also. So they got me because they needed a photographer, and it just so happens my company, or the company I worked for at that time, was nice enough for me to be flexible with my hours. So I'll also take some hours off and do a side gig. And I was able to shoot some celebrities just for for that gig. So
shoot me like one of your French girls, kind of.
not
Ay, hindi ba
Not,
ganun?
not,
Sorry.
not, not
Hindi.
anything sexy or,
Pinapromote nga yung water na yon.
Oo nga, Titanic di ba? Di ba sa Titanic, may tubig din.
True. So yeah, there was a good thing going. I met a lot of these actors and actresses. But then, after 2019, the pandemic just hit. So,
Pandemic. Yeah.
so the reset
Na-mention
lahat.
mo, madali yung transition mo from photography, videography to video games and all that.
So, well, at first is the equipment, no? I have the lights na and the camera. So that was the easy part. And the only part was, I guess, getting a PC, my first PC.
Lalo
At first, which was hard.
Ang mahal,
That
promise.
was really hard. It was hard.
Sa mahal.
Luckily, I was able to get a 50,000-60,000 PC. Not bad. I think that's a good price. And it's still the one I'm using right now. It's the RTX 2070 at the time. And pwede na yun, diba? So that's what I used for my YouTube everything. And eventually, that's where the transition was easier kasi the editing part was okay naman. I knew a bit of this and a bit of that. It's just learning OBS.
May nahirapan ka ba initially or something?
I'll be honest, it is hard to stream to no one for quite some time. Like, so there was one person who came on my stream siguro a few months ago.
Antagonist? Wala ang pangalan nito?
Hindi si Antagonist, nagugulo lang eh. Pero,
Antagonist. Yun na talaga yung ano mo. Branding mo ng Google.
so there's this guy who came onto my stream and then he asked, what's the best advice you'd give a streamer? And I told him, if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't stream. I'd make content instead. Kasi when you start streaming, you're really just putting yourself out there na parang, okay, I'm streaming and then who's gonna watch me? I have no name. No one knows me, no?
True.
So, but if I did content creation, like the YouTubes first, and then you build your reputation there, whatever niche you're gonna cover, then people will discover you from there. And then, if you have a good community na, that's when you start your streaming na. I did it the other way around. I did streaming and then backward. So
Content.
so if I did it all over again, I would do content first.
Ano yung mga, like, plans mo niyan sa mga content? Meron ka na ba nakalata?
Future plans.
Oo, plans.
So,
Kasal muna or something.
see, I'm giving myself siguro until 2030. So 5 more years to see where this goes. Actually, I like it. I enjoy it naman. I'm not looking for the the biggest mistake of any content creator or streamer is they want to do it for the money. I think that's the worst part. You should just
I
do
want
it
to do it for the money. I'm not doing this for fun.
You should.
Yes, sinasabi ko yun sa point of view ko. I want it for money. I'm not doing this for fun. I have a company to run.
So yeah, I think that's the biggest mistake of what they see out of this stuff, because you'll eventually find your big break when it comes to all of this content creation thing. But just try to figure out what you really want first. And
Pero
where you're having
plans mo? Sa'yo, anong plano mo?
Plano ko.
Yeah, yung mga ano mo sa content
Okay,
mo.
ano yung
Anong
timeline
aabangan?
mo?
Tsaka yun yung mga dapat nilang abangan na content mo, lalo na sa
So you have
nanonood.
may 5 years plan ka kamo. Ano ba yung plano sa 5th year, 4th year or something or beyond? Ganun.
So starting this year, no. So from last year, I already started meeting people from different communities, yung mga Twitch, and I think Twitch last year had their first big meetup. Well, I'm not sure if it's the first. It was the first meetup that was actually announced by Twitch itself.
And we're not invited, by the way.
Next time there is one, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, so it was like a gathering sa may Ortigas, no? And then it was like a small bar, and then we just got to meet other people. And what I want to do is to continue that. I've been really busy this year. I didn't get to go to ToyCon. I didn't get to go to... There's another event. No? But...
Conquest or...
Walang
Conquest, oh my God.
Wala,
Hindi ako pumasok sa Conquest, bro.
Walang Conquest this year. Wala na.
At least nag-refund. I have a big feeling the Conquest... Well, this is my my feeling lang. The Conquest people changed their name and they did the one in what was the Okada? There was a big
Yung
event in
recent
Okada.
one, yung Friends and...
Feeling ko a few of them are from
Friends.
Conquest. Feeling ko lang yan. Feeling ko lang yan.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But yeah, so that's my plan, just to meet more people. Kasi, when you're in this controlled environment, you're just staring at the screen, you're just talking to the chat, and it's not gonna get anywhere, no? And eventually, hopefully, there's more sponsors, more people I can tap into, networking in such a way. But the good type of networking is the type of networking where
Kape ka ba? Libre tayo. Open-minded ka ba?
Yeah. So type of networking na parang I give you something, you give me something, then it's just helping each other out at the end of the day. So I want to grow that, and like what I said earlier, like what Zero wants to do is feature all these indie developers eventually. But it's really getting the name out there first. So
Okay.
yeah, basically that.
So, saan mo doon nabili yung Resident Evil shirt mo?
Wait, sino
Sa
example?
Umbrella Corporation.
I can link down in the description below later. It's Shopee or Lazada.
Ayun, so plug your socials kung ano yung mga...
Sana
saan
makita
ka
yung mga
nakikita.
thumbnails mo.
Nga,
Okay,
yes,
so the big platform would have to be YouTube. So you can search me up, Premier Avenue PH, or you can just type Premier Avenue and you'll see my face there in the search bar naman, or search engine. And then I also have a Twitch, which is just Premier Avenue, and that's where I stream all of my content in terms of video games or even live reactions to certain events, no?
Ano schedule ng Twitch live stream?
Well, usually my schedule is 8:30 p.m. to sometimes 1 a.m. No? But it can change depending on the type of day or if I'm tired. But I try as much as possible to at least do 4 streams a week. 3 to 4 streams a week. But yeah. Also, I do have TikTok,
Instagram.
Yun, yan.
and Instagram, but I don't really update them too much. I should, but that's something I'm still trying to learn and get better at, is the
Wala
mga
na yung travel
shorts.
vlogs mo sa
Well,
sa
travel,
Instagram,
the
ganun.
travel blogs or the travel content, I also haven't updated it because the switch to gaming, no. But I do have it's my personal. It's called Mig Hasin 2, MIGJACIN and 2. But yeah, I don't think there's any more. Well, I do have a Twitter, which is also Premier Avenue, and you can find me there.
Alright. So, yun ang ating guest interview. Bibitigin po natin. If you want to check more, sabi nga yan, you can find him on his socials.
Ayun, that's all our topics for today. So, kung may topic suggestions kayo, feel free na mag-leave ng comments kung saan nyo man po kami makikita. And, shoutouts sa mga sumusunod.
Yes, shoutout sa ating mga recent followers na si Deepin Blue, Arc of Memory, Arsene Wonderland, at Ozas Haryo. And then salamat din sa mga chatters natin. Sila Kanike, sila Kuma Mars, Tito Jordy, Antagonize X, sino pa ba? May namisot ba ako?
Vinsir ke nanonood yun lagi na.
Avian. Yeah, si Avian.
Jason.
And then, yun,
Si Mario yun nasa
Si Mario?
Riverside.
Yung
sa
mga
Riverside,
nasa
nagkaya
Facebook
pa
ko,
siya nag-chat doon.
nakat po yung ano ko, sorry.
Nakat yung si Andrew Ong daw, sabi ni
Dinox. Sorry
na-dinox ni Shell.
Ni Shell.
Yeah, so shoutout. If na-miss na tabay ako next time.
Ayun.
Sorry.
So, if you'd like to support us, you can follow, like, subscribe. Depende sa kung saang platform niyo po makikita kami. Of course, lalo na check nyo kami sa YouTube and of course, Spotify. And to join our discussion, we are available every Friday or Saturday sa Pinoygamer Twitch channel and sa aking Shell Valete Facebook page kung saan namin ginagawa yung mga live recordings namin. Kung gusto nyo pong mag-guest tulad ni Premier Avenue at gustong-gusto po talaga namin magkaroon ng guest, send us a message para ma-arrange po natin to. And yung mga shoutouts nga, ayun, binibigay namin sa dulo ng video. So, again, I would like to introduce my co-host, Sai.
Hi guys, it's 50% girl dad, 50% stay-at-home husband, 100% geek. Thank you.
And I'm Shell Valete, aka Pearly Shell, ang inyong correspondent dito sa Pinoy Gamer Single. Pa rin ngayon 2025. Ready to mingle. Sabi daw kasi nila, sabihin ko sa dulo. Hindi, joke. Anyway, thank you so much guys. And kung nagustuhan nyo pong video na to, of course, ma-appreciate namin kung ila-like and i-share nyo. So, thank you guys. Ayan. And our guest na si Premier Alvin.
Thank you everyone for watching this quick podcast. Or I don't know if this quick. Parang naging 1 hour na rin. But yeah.
1 hour, 40 minutes.
But yes, thank you again, Pinoy Gamer PH, for having me. And you can always just ask me anytime for to be a guest. I'm open to it naman. Just let me know.
Oh, nice.
Thank you. Salamat sa pag-guest. And lastly, si Zero.
Yes, ang nga pala si Zero yung OJT for today. Salamat at mukhang babalik yung guest for the first time. So, yun lang po. Paalam.